Hello, my friends. Sarah Gaston here. Listen, today I want to talk to you about a little thing called do your research. People, 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 people. I say that with love. It is something that so many actors are guilty of, and that is they don't do their research on the director, the writer, the producer, the production, period. Okay? So there in film and television right now, there's so many different styles and so many different genres and so many different subgenres that you have got to know which beast you're dealing with. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I've worked with a few young men recently on a new Wes Anderson film. And these young men did not bother looking up who Wes Anderson is or clips of his film work, right? Now, if you know Wes Anderson, and if you don't, shame on you. You need to learn, right? Because he's a beautiful, beautiful, incredible filmmaker. But he has a very specific style. It's kind of quirky. It's certainly comic, but there are often sort of sad elements to it. There is sometimes a sense of danger, but it's never really crazy, it's not Martin Scorsese danger, There's always a little bit of a comic edge, when there is danger involved. Anyway, it's really, really specific, and it would be really, really easy to take a script of his out of the context of his style and go really awry with the tone, right? And the thing about it is, when you get a breakdown, you typically get so much information on the project. So do your research. Look up who this filmmaker is. Look up who the producer is. Look up who the writer is, and try to figure out what sort of beast you're dealing with, right? I remember a couple years ago, I was auditioning for something and I failed to do this. And I was working with a coach, and I was playing this scene, like this. And she said, so I think it's a comedy. I said, oh, okay. And, I had all the excuses that we all have. I got this at the last minute. Why did my agent give this to me at the last minute? I had all this stuff to do, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I had all the excuses, right? But I didn't check, right? And if she hadn't have stopped me, I may have turned in a real bozo audition. And when we got done with the audition, I went home and I looked up the writer, and sure enough, he is a comedian, or not a comedian, a comic actor that I recognize, whose style of comedy, when I've seen him in films, I'm like, oh God, I totally know his style. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, right? Dodge that bullet, okay? Another time, I was auditioning for a television show, and it was the pilot season, so it wasn't the first episode, but it was one of the very first episodes. So I wasn't able to go on the internet and Google an episode or scenes, from an established television show, so that I knew sort of the tone and the style. So what I did is I still researched it, and I was able to find a trailer. Okay, so from the trailer, I was able to figure out, oh, okay, this is during, the sort of the arms, the nuclear race, it's around the time of the Manhattan Project. It's kind of 50s, 60s. It's a more serious period piece style. And so I was able to sort of shape my performance to fit that genre, okay? Now, I didn't get the role. Neve Campbell got the role, so she's dynamite, and she's a name, right? So, no hard feelings, Neve. I think you're fabulous. Loved you in Party of Five. Anyway, but I was way more on the right track in terms of tone and how to play the role than if I just sort of winged it, right? So, listen, there's always information. There's always information. Be, a little Sherlock, be a little detective, find out as much as you can, especially if you're going to pay somebody to coach you or tape you, right? Because doing that sort of research ahead of time just means you leave more time for them to actually help you bring out the best performance, rather than, oh, let's spend this time while I explain this to you, or while we do this research together to make sure that we're on target. Anyway, I hope that's valuable. I think it's so important. It's something I sometimes get lazy about doing, but it is crucial, especially now more than ever, to understand what style, genre, and tone you are dealing with. All right, my friends, I hope this was helpful to you. As always, if you have other questions, I have a Facebook Live every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can answer any question or ask any questions. I'll answer them live. Also, please feel free to reach out to me. And if there is a topic you would like me to address at length, either on my Facebook Live or in a video, I'm open to suggestions because I'm here to serve you guys. It was a hard row for me, and I want to make it easier for you guys. Also, I have a tutorial, how to cry on camera. That's available to you. I offer 4 tried and true ways on how to turn on the waterworks whenever necessary. I for sure hope you will subscribe to my YouTube channel because I drop a free new video every week with more information, dropping the knowledge on you. And lastly, if you want all the good stuff, I suggest you subscribe to my email list because I share things there that I don't share anywhere else. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best. Stay safe and break a leg out there, my friends.